Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at a Batman / Bruce Wayne character build in Fallout 4. As always, if you need this character creator process slowed down for you, there's a link in the eye icon in the top right corner and a link in the description to a fully slowed down version of the character creation part of this video. All the information for this build is also located down in the description. So the version we're making here today is going to be the Ben Affleck Nightmare Batman version of the character, just because it's the easiest one to do in Fallout 4. If you'd like to see different Batman in the future, such as Christian Bale's Batman, leave a like down below with a comment with your suggestions. These videos are available for everyone, so if you are a PS4 user like myself, then you have nothing to worry about. Any mods that are needed are available on PS4, Xbox One, and for PC users. Also, don't be an idiot like me and make sure to put his body muscle all the way up and a little scowl on his face. Batfleck really beefed up for this role. As far as special stats go, it's going to be dependent on whether or not you want to be the Batman who tries not to kill or the version who doesn't mind shedding some blood. It'll be the same base for pretty much both though. We're going to go with a 5 for strength for the melee combat as well as the armor and blacksmith perks. A 6 in perception since Batman is the world's greatest detective, and also for that night person perk later on. A 4 for endurance, a 1 for charisma, a 6 for intelligence, a 5 for agility, we're going to want that bump for our stealth perk, and a 1 for luck. When you get the special book from Sean's crib, you can either add it to strength, which is what I did because I didn't feel like the hand-to-hand combat was strong enough, or you can add it to agility to get closer to that ninja perk. So in order to complete this player build, we will have to download a few mods, but don't worry, like I said before, they are available to everyone from PS4 to Xbox to PC. So I will put all the mods you need up on screen right now, and you can pause the video if need be. As far as his outfit goes, it's fairly simple. I crafted MAXON'S battle coat, which looks a lot like the coat that was in Batman v Superman, and I crafted a synth helmet and changed the color to black with the UCO mod. I tried a couple other looks too that you might prefer. A black beanie with a black bandana, a black beanie with road goggles, a black bandana with road goggles and a beanie. This is really up to you so long as his face is covered like the cowl. I really like the synth helmet myself because on the cheeks it has those pointy things that look like the cowl, and from the side the helmet looks like it has little bat ears. It's a post-apocalyptic Batman who's throwing together his uniform with things available in the Commonwealth, so get creative. For his equipment, this really depends on whether or not you want to be a violent or passive Batman. If you want violent, just equip whatever guns you want, but for passive runs, we have some cool stuff. The mod Skiller's weapon pack adds some pretty cool non-lethal weapons that will help with this build. I use the 9mm sleep dart gun with a silencer attachment and Knuckles. This combo lets you sneak around putting enemies to sleep, or basically paralyzing them, and then either sneaking past them or switching to your Knuckles and beating them up. This is a really fun way to move through buildings and taking down enemies that I've never actually experienced in Fallout before. We also in this mod have the ability to craft flashbang grenades that will help stun groups of enemies, and sleep gas mines if you can manage to place these in an enemy's path without actually being affected yourself like I was. Finally, one of my favorite pieces of equipment is the throwing knife from the Throwing Knives and Grenade Pack mod. These can be makeshift batarangs for the Dark Knight. You can use these as a distraction or just to use them as weapons. It's a little bit of a problem if you're going for the non-lethal build because this will kill enemies, but just pretend that they're not dead when their heads explode with these things. That's what I do. Okay, so now on to perks. These perks are based on the points that I spent up to level 25. In the strength category, I went with the Iron Fist and Big League perks. This adds a huge kick to my punching attacks and my melee weapons attacks since I'm also using Knuckles. I also got the Armorer perk so that I could upgrade my armor, that way I could take more damage in combat since it is up and close, and I also got the Blacksmith perk to make better Knuckles. In Perception, I've unlocked Locksmith because the Dark Knight will need this in his stealth gameplay, and obviously I unlocked NIGHTPERSON to up the intelligence and perception at nighttime, as well as give a night vision effect while sneaking. Also, it's got a cute little bat on it. See? The Endurance tab is pretty simple. We are getting the Toughness and Life Giver perks so that we're not being 3-punch killed by raiders. Under Intelligence, I've acquired level 1 Gun Nut to add the silencer to my sleep pistol, and the Hacker perk because I'm Batman and I'm going to need to hack some things. Obviously, in the Agility tab, I went all out on the Sneak perk. How am I supposed to be Batman if I can't sneak around? I mean, come on. If you really want, you can continue to buff this and make your way toward the Ninja perk for some extra sneak damage. As far as followers go, my favorite thing to do was to grab some eyeglasses, a tuxedo, and the CODSWORTH is Human mod and create my own little Alfred. Old Alfie isn't that great in combat, but the fact is that he'll call you Mr. Wayne, and that is the most butler-sounding thing, and it just makes me so happy.
Wonder what Sean will grow up to be.
Mr. Wayne, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down.
And finally, what faction should you join? Well, I didn't really particularly join one. If I had to say one, though, I would say join the Minutemen. You'll see me saying this for many of my hero builds just because they're a faction that goes out of their way to help people for justice and a better world and all that bullcrap. I can't see Batman with the Institute, as they basically are all about world domination. The Railroad is a bit too naive and crazy, although I'd put him there if I didn't put him in the Minutemen, and the Brotherhood is too greedy. So you can either join the Minutemen, maybe the Railroad, or just go out on your own and do your own thing. I actually went to the gas station and built my own little miniature bat cave. It's not really that great, because I'm a terrible builder, but I kind of did my own thing, and I leaned toward the Minutemen. Well, guys, that was my Bruce Wayne Batman build. If you like the build, please leave me a like. It helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe and put your suggestions for future builds in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.